Oh, okay.
Fine.
Okay. Deadhead. I'm
Oh, good.
make my own video.
Still with the Jackrabbit journey. Hold up. Let me share this joint real quick. Take filter in. It's cool. It's cool. Hey, what's going on, Dion, Jordan, Sean? What's going on, Mel? Catherine, Antonio? Let's see. Be with you in 1 second. All right, here we go. Let's see. Hey, Andrea. Let's see. Are we all ready for a wonderful connection today? Here it goes. Uh-oh, it's me. Connected. Want to connect your phone, bro?
I'm connected.
You connected too?
Yeah.
Okay.
About the phone right before I kicked it off. I'm pretty sure I'm still good.
Uh-oh, somebody's mad already. Anybody said that? They're still mad.
Then we got 2 public people this week.
Jeez. Yo, Soul. Yo.
You gonna answer that question?
Huh?
Cheryl wants to know our names.
Our names?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Cheryl. She want to know y'all name.
Overseas right here.
Gents.
And over there to my left,
The
your
Ra.
right, Amon Ra, the God, Jesus.
That's what's up, Dion. Dion know who we are. Peace.
That's love. All right, cool. So let me see. I got that out there. Okay, I guess we are locked in. Let's get started. You still hooked up over there, CeeLo?
Should be hooked up.
Cool. Done deal. So, welcome all. Happy Thursday. We are here once again. This is Let's Build here live at the Ra Universal Brothers and Sisters. As always, a great honor and pleasure to connect with you, and more of an honor to be of service here in this dimension as we heal continuously for the new earth, where my Let's Build platform is basically a connection, a platform where we share the social commentary amongst, or the spiritual commentary amongst a social audience and a social environment, which allows us to be more open and connect on deeper levels in who we are, the angelic realms of the Galactic Council and the Galactic Federation of Light, and who I am as your Commander Ashtar. Thank you so very much for being here. You could be anywhere else, but you decided to be here with us. We are honored indeed, to say the least. So, of course, our connection today, our subject matter today, involves this connection, this exchange of information that we label as communication here in this dimension amongst the human species. And we're going to have some fun today. We decided to move to the couch, as you can see, based off a bit of a change from our usual location on the floor. However, we kind of in a lounging mood today, and it's cold outside. So yeah, I didn't go outside. I stay home and meditate and study. And it's a little more comfortable here on the couch. Usually, you got the fish tank in the background and a couple other things like the pool table. But once again, we're here live and direct, of course, with the God Amun-Ra and CeeLo definitely in the building. And for the most part, I'm gonna pass it over to CeeLo so he can go our intro song real quick and do a little bit of dialogue with y'all. Of course, with Amun, y'all need to put anything out, y'all can do so now, and we'll get into our exercises and go to work.
All right, I have a list of stuff that I'm supposed to have mailed out this week. And the reason why I haven't mailed it out is because I want to add some extra goodies to it. So next week, everything will definitely be in the mail, the stickers, a few CDs that a couple of you guys wanted, plus a nice little thank you note that I'm putting together for the squad. We all going to sign it, and it's going to basically come from us. Because it felt kind of weird just sending like a pack of stickers, you know?
Yeah. We want it to be more personable. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
All right, I'm going to put some stickers in the envelope and send it. No, it's no love in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're going to put a little bit extra
Little
sauce in there.
Little sauce.
Yeah.
So all I got to say, peace, everybody. It's a lot of new faces.
Excellent. So welcome all from the Let's Build community, and especially all the new folks that have tuned in. We graciously thank y'all for being here with us. As this happens every Thursday, or Donnerstag, as they say out here in Germany. Donnerstag. That's how I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, I have a donor today.
Exactly. Real talk. He brought me a donut box in the morning. It was already late.
Paul's in this ice cream thing that says "Dare to Double," and it's got this this tiger skin.
I don't understand. For somebody that wants a lot of animal print stuff like I got on right now, he's a little phobish on the ice cream. But you saw that's how he picked the first one though to bring over the show to y'all. Dare to Double. Anyway, we'll go right into our first song selection. And as we were talking about communication today, it was very relevant for me to go ahead and choose this song here, as it has a message from the angelics. Also, it's something that AZ, Commander Ashtar, recorded last winter time. I was about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, winter time, he recorded this. I was still in Korea, and this one has a lot of relevance to our topic and discussion this evening. Of course, communication has a various broad spectrum of what we can speak about, but AZ will be right back after this song with us here at the Ra, me and Amun-Ra.
Is there a special time
with the introduction? No, but I'm gonna
get by.
I mean, there's plenty.
I want to try the cookies with it.
Yeah, there's plenty ice cream here. Of course, I'll probably partake in mine during the discussion portion a little bit. But we got we got some spaghetti ice. We got the Dare to Double you just seen, and I got some fruity vegan ice that I found there. Pause, at the river.
I got strawberry cheesecake and cookies and cream.
Oh, see, we wilding out right now. Anybody that was choosing to come here, y'all can still come. We got plenty of ice cream over here at the Ice Cream Social. All right. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so here we go. The song is called The Eve, produced by Knowledge, and I will share the link right after it's being played.
Those who are pushing the dark minions from their powerful pulpit of power are now ready to finish this process. We are informed that a series of important moves are underway to lead to the arrest of key personnel and the transformation of a number of major governments. Those dark minions who control this regime are to be arrested and grandly separated from the public. The end of a government secretly run by special interests is only the beginning.
Skywalker, Universal Sisters and Brothers, throughout the stars. It's the liberation of humanity right here. What's going on? Chill, steady. Look, living the presence is your process. In the crib, cuddled up, chocolate sipping in Swiss Miss. As a kid, first used to eat the marshmallow bits. So some mischief with sugar fix. Still, creatively crisp. Working daily for the family, always in balances. Count my blessings for the misfortunate. Days getting shorter, temperature lower. Staying focused when I'm rolling. Yo, ain't no stopping the quotient, full tonic promotion. All over the surface, Christ in verses I'm perfect. My intent to go hard, as my guardian's broken. Wanna see liberation, right back to the heavens. Yo, my mama know I ain't playing. Wifey whole plan crazy, never doubt the creator. This is love from the future, never stop executing. Yo, look. Yeah, my comeback celebration gon' be a big inspiration to all who know cousin story. Yo, first the gust in the glory, see the sunshine forever. Now we back even better, huh? Now we back even better, yo. Salute.
We are your ascended masters. Heaven has a timetable we intend to meet. You are blessedly close to the end of a process which is to bring you great prosperity. These blessings are to permit you to fulfill your dearest dreams and allow you to be free and sovereign beings. Once the money starts flowing, all sorts of humanitarian projects are to get underway. Communities that are torn asunder now require means to heal. Prejudice needs to be confronted, and understanding of each other's importance brought to the fore. What is to happen is really quite simple. The forces of darkness left on the surface of this world are to surrender and exceed demands. The end of your woes is truly at hand. Consider this a pep talk. Our many associates understand that this holiday season is one of desperation for most of you. It is a most perfect time for something that gives you cheer and gladly points the way to the wonders to come at the start of the new year. Keep your eyes open and be ready to know from this that miracles can indeed occur. Heaven is readying a surprise for you. We come to bring you a grand reunion with your various spiritual and space families. We come to return truth to your histories and detail your origins long ago on a water planet in the Vega star system. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gijan, Selamat Ya, Syrian for B1, and be enjoy.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much to our Maestro CeeLo for putting our playlist together today for our communication seminar. It's time to go. Are y'all ready? It's Thursday. You know what time it is. We're going to go into our 1-minute meditation exercise to clear the energies of our presence before we start the festivities and get into some of the activities that we have planned for today's session. So let's do it. Small disclaimer before we begin for those of you who are new. However, we are basically shutting down the physical vessel for 60 seconds to clear out any energy being still. It's not necessary to state any mantras. This is not necessarily a ritual or ceremony. However, it is a beautiful opportunity for us to be still and allow ourselves to connect with our heart space. So our intention as your angelic guardians to connect with you on a deeper level outside of the superficial nature of the sonic communications taking place via this platform. However, the majority of the information being expressed remains within the energetic nature of your presence, where our communications, guidance, and assistance is taking place with you in this now moment intuitively. However, it's necessary to connect with the heart space even deeper, so this connection, this communication, and assistance is more potent. So don't worry about your outside environment. Give yourself a second to be still and connect with us in this now moment. 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for being here. Let's go. We're gently allowing ourselves to return to a place of consciousness by initially feeling our extremities, our legs, and our hands, allowing our lungs to begin to receive more and more oxygen gracefully and gently returning to maximum capacity. Gently opening our eyes and returning to a sense of presence and being, allowing all the energies to flow through us from the crown to the root, from the root to the crown, as the toroidal field works. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're here, we're alive, we're blessed, we're grateful for this now moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's build. Today, as seen on the flyer, we're going to do it just a teeny bit differently. It's been announced that today's session will be, it won't be outside of the norm per se. However, our connection offers us the opportunity to interact, to connect in different ways. And today's connection comes in the form of a favorite treat, a longtime favorite treat of many humans. And we're going to call this one Ice Cream Social. So we have a select or a large selection of ice cream in our freezer. We welcome you to do the same and enjoy yourself as we communicate about communication on a couple of different levels. I'd like today's session to be, well, actually, as always, this nature of our sessions is an exchange. However, being that we are speaking on the nature of communication, I prefer, or we would prefer, today's session to be even more of an exchange, because we're talking about the gift of exchanging energy, not necessarily information. Once again, when we speak and communicate here, we're not necessarily speaking on the judgmental nature of right and wrong, good and bad, or positive and negative. It is more so an exchange of energy and vibration, where we meet in a place of frequency range, a frequency band called unconditional love and acceptance of all as reflections of the one in which we are, being the nature of self-love itself. So today's the Ice Cream Social. I will probably enjoy mine as expressed before. CeeLo overseas brought us a couple of different varieties. He brought the fruity ones and the Charlie scratching his neck. Anyway, we having a good time. Once again, the nature of this connection is it's formal. However, the processing of information and the embrace of information, the embodiment of what it is that we do here in providing this guidance is from a mutual place of recognition and understanding of that which is expressed, which comes from the heart space that we all share. This is not a teaching seminar. This is not about beliefs. This is not anything of the teacher-student framework. This is a shared expression of that which is of the open heart that we all share as the divine. So our communication is something that we are, or the divine nature of our ability to communicate is something that we're healing amongst this transition as we evolve. So we are here to speak on this today. Thank you all for joining. I see a couple frequent flyers here. Of course, there's Andrea here. Let's see, Julie changed her name to something more, right? Let me see, Carrie's here. Cheryl is here. Big shout out to Harvey Dent, the OG. Thanks for being here. Lauren, Hector's here. Arkansas, Pat. I want to say Joe is here. Zaina's here. What's up, baby? Cat is in the building. What's up, mama? My man Detriment is here. I got the wedding invitation. I'm coming to San Diego. Just give me a minute. Stack up this bread. Valerie. Big up to Tina. Who that? Love just came. Absolutely. Love. What's going on, Dom? Jack, Ellen. This lady, she's moved her Let's Build to Saturdays. We're behind you 100%. Can't wait for Cassandra's next build. Cindy, Yasmin. Thank you all for being here once again. Of course, we're going to get into our quick seminar. As usual, we do those. We do an open discussion here amongst ourselves. And then, of course, we're going to go into addressing the comments, inquiries, and stories that you have shared amongst our comment section. So, communication, ladies and gentlemen. It's necessary to recognize that communication in its entirety is but 10% word, verbal communication. It's necessary to digest that first. 10% of our ability to communicate, or the method or the medium of communication, is verbal. The other 90, variety of different forms where the capacity changes as we move deeper into the levels of our being. Communication, the root word, I'm speaking contextually at present, comes from the Latin word commentur, which is a Latin word, commentur, probably not even saying that right, trying to be European. Anyway, Latin word commentur, meaning to share. The root word or the root foundational expression or sound vibration of the word communication comes from a Latin word that actually translates into a meaning of to share. And in contextual, or the contextual definition is the act of conveying an intended meaning between two or more souls, if you will, sending and receiving information. You can break the word down even more in recognizing the commune or the union. This is the exchange. This is where we connect. Our ability to connect and exchange information. The word itself. We'll put it this way. Let's digress for a second. We have the mediums of speaking, writing, which is the use of symbols in any language that you do speak. Body language. Of course, there's also actions. Our actions speak. There's a coined term, actions speak louder than words. These are all forms of communication. In the modern generation, there are things called emojis, where these are but symbolic ways of expressing feelings and emotions through facial illustrations, which are emojis. Of course, there's the activity of feeling and emotions, which are very strong. This is how we communicate as well. Music and art is a form of communication. Creativity in general is a form of creativity, or a form of communication. The medium of media, when we speak, of course, on music or visual communication, video, in modern times, media is used to communicate ideas or frequencies of vibration, sometimes not even using audio, but more so visual communication, another transformation or transference of art into the physical category or visible category, if you will. And this one is last because for the most part, it is the foundation and most potent. In actuality, this aspect of communication, it is the most potent, and it takes up the deepest or the largest percentage of our ability to communicate. And in actuality, it's the foundation of all sacred exchange. And this form or platform or medium of communication is our energy. Our energy is a form of communication. Our energetic presence, our frequency of being, communicates more as a single medium than all the mediums combined that were listed or just stated. Our energetic presence, the nature of how we feel, our energetic presence communicates more than all of these platforms combined. It speaks more than our actions, our feelings, emojis, our body language, the things that we do, what we write, and what we say combined. Our energy, our energetic presence of being communicates more. So let's speak on, and we're going to speak on all of those. However, I would like to speak mainly on the nature of our auditory communication being a manifestation of the deeper aspects of self. This is the first line of expression, our ability to project energetically in its rawest form, in which we work with here in the illusion, is our ability to speak that which is being said. And of course, we use words to clothe frequency vibrations. Words or worlds, if you will, in being another root word of the word word, breaks down into the word world. World being a horizontal spinning or spiral. And that is basically an illustration or a mental depiction of the words coming out of your mouth, moving in a vortexual form as a vortex out into your energy field. What goes around comes around. What comes out must return to the sender and who you are as source. So once again, our words, our love, our energy never returns to us void. So as we speak, of course, has the ability to manifest and has a deep influence on the nature of our experience as we embody more and more energy from the central galactic sun. We are given the responsibility, a much more deeper and broader sense of responsibility when it comes to these energies pouring in, because basically we are receiving more and more of our ability to create through our conscious presence. And as awakened souls and souls that are responsible and aware of the nature of our energetic presence, having the ability to, I don't want to say manipulate, however, it has the ability to change and influence the nature of our experience as a whole. So any task or transaction that requires more than one person can only be successfully completed with or through the medium of communication. Now, when we think of that, when we recognize that as a whole, that statement, This is about co-creation. However, the foundation of our ability to co-create, to successfully co-create from a place of harmony, from a place that is clear of distortions, it is necessary for us to do the healing internally first, where as we heal in ourselves, we're able to more harmoniously and effectively and efficiently work with others in the co-creative process. So as always, we always return to self-love and healing. This is the foundation of all of this. I expressed this quite a few times before, and I feel it's necessary to reiterate this point. Initially awakening, there are many, or for me, it was a lot of communities that existed. A lot of light worker, starseed, indigo activity, awakening crowds of people wanting to work together and saying, oh, it's New Earth, people about to get arrested, and we're going to get debt forgiveness, and this money's going to come out, and starship's going to land, and whatever. And a lot of identity being communicated amongst the groups of people. However, the focus on this collective effort was given more effort than the actual internal work that was necessary to allow the collective effort to manifest itself and operate in a way that is harmonious. I am such and such, these titles, or I'm commander this, or of this star fleet, and I belong to the angelic this, and archangel whatever, which is the most powerful angel, and blah, 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 blah. Totally a turn off for me. It's like, I'm not into all of that. I really just want to start paying these bills. I'm tired of being a slave. That's where I came from with my initial approach to all of this. Once again, our ability to coexist and co-create and work in service to all life in harmony comes through our ability to heal ourselves, where we release the ego mind construct that would like to project these artificial, superficial expressions or attempts at finding self-value in titles and affiliations. The necessity to heal inside is where we allow ourselves to be in a more balanced place of existence, and we communicate with a sense of maturity and wisdom. So, once again, how do we come to this deeper space of divine clarity? Presence, grounding. It's the grounding work. It always goes back to grounding. In the first year, we spoke on all aspects of the grounding process, and it will continue to go back to grounding. This is the ground floor, the foundation which we build the mansions of paradise. Thought patterns scatter our projections. Once again, thought patterns scatter the wholesome, open-hearted projections that we wish to communicate. Thought patterns, the ego mind, will have an intention. We want to communicate a feeling to those around us, to groups of people, to our brothers and sisters here that intend to work with us and have a vision, and we share a vision and we attempt to communicate it, and the thought patterns of the ego mind construct scatter our projections into distortions through not only the thought patterns, but of course through the emotional blockages that exist within the energy field, the judgments that exist within the mind construct, the resentment that can coexist or remain within the heart space, blocking the open-hearted energy of the heart chakra, the doubt and worry and fear, which block our ability to express from an honest, clear, calm, open-hearted sense of presence. So once again, we're talking about communication. However, at the same time, the root foundation of any clear sense of communication goes back to our ability to ground, our ability to heal within ourselves, that is allowing us to communicate from a place of grace and maturity. As you heal, not only can you see it, but you can hear it in the way that you communicate. I'll say that again because this is extremely important. As you heal, you can not only see it, but you can also hear it in the way in which you communicate. The calm, the gentle, graceful, sonically healing, open-hearted, unapologetic, focused, the eloquent, the at-home, totally comfortable nature of your communications. The confidence in your ability to speak, not only amongst yourself, not only amongst one or two people, but amongst all reflections. This comfort, this confidence, this sense of glory in your ability to speak. It's open-hearted. Let's embrace the silence for a second. With an open-hearted sense of confidence, you're comfortable with silence. You're open to the silence. The medium in which communication actually takes place, or the real communication takes place. We can all fill the silence with words and noise and movement. However, the deepest communication, the deepest exchange takes place in silence. However, it's necessary to recognize most souls here on earth, most humans are very uncomfortable with silence. They feel that something belongs there, and when it's silent, it becomes very uncomfortable. This comes from a lack of confidence. Confidence is in recognizing that there is room for error, if you will, without judgment. Let me say this again. There's room for error without judgment. I say this to say this. I can speak and maybe stumble over some words or say something that doesn't fit, mispronounce a word, a grammatical error, if you will. However, the confidence that I embrace remains without stumbling over a possible error. Why? Because there's no judgment. There's only confidence in my presence. There's no doubt in my ability to continue to communicate clearly, to remain calm and assess oneself as we move along. Beyond analysis, once again, this is not about judgment or analysis. You recognize if you said something that you didn't mean to say or you didn't want to say, and you correct it and you move forward. But it takes a lot of confidence and calm to do so. Here's another beautiful thing. Confidence in the beauty of communication as you heal is in recognizing that one of the most beautiful instruments in existence is your voice. If not the most powerful and beautiful instrument that exists within this dimension. Once again, this is your voice. Your voice. And when we speak of the larynx, your voice is beautiful. It's only a matter of you embracing it. Embracing your voice and recognizing the music that comes with your ability to speak. You're here to speak in the way and manner that you do. It is your ability to accept and embrace your voice which makes it even more beautiful. The confidence and sense of presence that exists in your ability to speak in a gentle manner and recognize the beauty and melody, rhythm, the cadence, the pause, the confidence, the feeling, the emotion that exists within your voice. This is an aspect of awakening. As you awaken, you appreciate life. You appreciate the mediums that you have available to you. And once again, your voice is by design. Yes, your voice is by design. The melody and tone in which you communicate in this life was designed by you. Infinite intelligence, you designed. There is no mistake about the way that you communicate. If it's a deep voice, if it's a low voice, if it's raspy, a squeaky voice, it is your voice and it is absolutely perfect. It is beautiful. It is the way you intended to communicate in this incarnation. And it's absolutely perfect. However, recognizing this is the foundation of embracing such a reality. Let's speak on some blockages. We get down and dirty a little bit. The under and overcompensation of one's voice. Speaking very, very, very softly can be an expression of fear sometimes. A person has the ability to communicate, however, the diaphragm is not necessarily functioning at full capacity. They have the ability to speak in a deeper tone or from a more boisterous nature. However, the fear of being wrong, if you will, speaking out of turn or saying something wrong creates a blockage in a person's throat chakra, causing them to speak very lightly. A sense of submission. Being loud is reflective of the voice of defense. The voice of defense is one prepared to encounter opposition. Of course, defense is a frequency of fear. The defense, the boisterous nature, is basically fear in disguise to overcompensate for the strength of one's presence. This is over and under an overcompensation of one's voice, the very low voice and the extremely boisterous, and being one of aggression and fear or defense and expecting opposition. Judgment. Judgment over analysis and discernment. All one and the same. I'll say that one more time. Judgment over analysis and discernment. Once again. One and the same. Let's put it this way. There's thought activity, thought patterns that judge the way, or the self-judgment of the way we sound. The search for error in that which is being communicated by another. Oh, you got that good. Pause, my bad. Jesus Christ, that's crazy right there. You're interrupting my thing, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to talk.
Hey, it's ice cream social.
Yeah, I know, man. I know it look good, bro. I ain't want to go outside. It's cold. All right, cool. So, my bad. Just got me being serious, man. You got the cookie sticks, paws coming out of this show.
They look all gourmet.
Yeah, it did, man. I'm like, jeez. All right. Yeah. So we're talking about judgment over analysis and discernment. Yeah, judging one's own voice, attempting to overanalyze the way one sounds, over analysis of another, the way one speaks. These are all distortions that block our ability to communicate, because as we judge others and overanalyze others and search for error in others, of course, this is reflection. We're always going to experience our own energy. So this energy is reciprocal amongst others as we communicate. The fear of speaking in front of others. Yeah. Most souls deal with this. Why? Well, because of judgment. And judgment is responsible for the enslavement, the limitation, the bondage of most souls here on earth. Judgment. It is the concern with what another person thinks of us. You know, first and foremost, the thought patterns of another, especially when they're frequencies of the radio waves, if you will, the lower frequency energies here amongst this dimension of the dark. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts don't belong to you. However, as a conscious being, you have the ability to select the thoughts that resonate with you. If judgments resonate with you, of course, these are the things that you're going to choose to entertain. However, as awakened souls, you recognize that these are self-destructive judgments, because they only cater to more suffering, more judgment amongst your own reality, and it's unattractive. So once again, we're speaking about a very self-destructive energy that doesn't necessarily belong to us, but are aspects of the illusion, expressions of the dark's mind control here in this dimension. So for us to be scared of these projections, they represent spiritual immaturity. As we awaken, we recognize the nature of such a fabric, these judgments that a soul embodies, and we have the ability to show compassion and move beyond them. And we continue forth in our ability to communicate with each other, or communicate with ourselves as reflections beyond such illusions. And last and not least, cursing. So I had a conversation last night Not a very long conversation, but significant to say the least. When we speak here in our exchange, this guidance, this platform of connection, where, of course, I speak from a collective space. And when I say collective space, I speak from a group consciousness where there is an abundance of being speaking to you through this vehicle in unison in this now moment. I'm honored and humbled to be able to play such a part in this experience. However, at the same time, there is a personality construct. There is a personality construct here that is designed to connect with humanity from a place of compassion, from a place of empathy, and experiencing the human experience where I'm able to relate. Of course, we are one and the same reflections of the one, all of us are. But at the same time, I have this ability to speak from a collective standpoint. And my ability to do this, there's a sense of focus. There's a sense of focus that allows for the extremely intelligent, graceful nature of the guidance that's being expressed here to manifest sonically, and the energies that are being expressed here. Over time, experienced some intense energies, some upheavals along my own path to assist me in aligning my energies in allowing such beautiful communications to be manifested. However, at the same time, my intent is to connect. I appreciate my linear experience and style and environment that I was raised in, and being a paradox in itself based on the reality that I'm expressing now. But the conversation that we had was about relatability. I'm like, well, AZ, Commander Ashtar, yo, how come you don't cuss a little bit while you talk to make it more relatable? Seem like you one of us, you know what I mean? Like, how come you don't just say how you want to say, or say what you want to say and how you want to say it, and this, and I, you know, keep checking, son. I get it. I feel you. However, I recognize the nature of the mission. And as I expand my energy field and align more, I move away from such activities only because I recognize the nature of them. I've worked a very long time internally to speak in a more gracious way. And this is not about force. This is how I speak with the fellas when the camera's off. This is not like a Facebook Live act that I'm doing. I'm put, like, you know what I mean? Like, me and my dudes, we communicate and live here. Like these two right here, we stay in this place under this one roof, and we around each other all the time. We be having hoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, we live here. And this is not necessarily an act that's put on to, to look regal in front of a group of people. I'm not here to sell anything. We're here healing. And the nature of our healing is in recognizing that we're experiencing the experience. And as we experience the experience, we have the ability to heal together. This is what a leader does. I'm able to basically put on the boots and get in the mud with you. With us all. This is what we all are here to do. We're here to be in the mud and embrace the nature of our experience. And of course, as I've evolved and healed and focused with a certain level of intensity and intent, I've been able to heal from the way I used to communicate. It's a bunch of YouTube videos on the YouTube channel that I muted because I used to cuss like Yeah, so you see him nodding his head. I used to cuss like crazy. And I cuss better than any of y'all. Don't, you know what I mean? Look here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is once again, the healing is taking place. You know, cussing is an expression of very intense energy. It's a very intense energy. Sometimes it's docile and it'll come across very not so intense, but at the same time, the undercurrent of emotions are there. There is a kink in your energy field, a knot, if you will, in the energetic expression. There's an energetic level of expression and this radiance of your presence, right? As you heal, it returns to its neutral position. The truth is peace. And as we address the blockages within our own energy field and be honest with ourselves and communicating with ourselves and recognizing the things that have caused hurt and pain in our lives, we are able to address some of these blockages. And as we address these blockages and we intend to allow them or intend to address them in a real way through our experiences, when it comes to all experience, we face these fears, these emotional blockages, the experiences that we attempt to suppress that are causing us to be aggressive and disrespectful, sarcastic, unforgiving, ruthless, cutting, abrasive in our way of communicating when we talk to other people. These things are buried deep. A person's like, oh, I can say this, I can say F, and blah 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 blah, and it's all good. You know, I ain't really saying it like that, but I'm saying it like, and it's like, okay, bro, I get you, but for real, you're making logical excuses for something deep and energetically imprinted deep within your being that the mind can't necessarily process. We can attempt to logically explain it and excuse our way out of taking responsibility. However, at the end of the day, it's still there. Disrespect is a reflection or expression of internal pain. Sarcasm is an expression of internal pain. Aggression is fear in disguise. All of these things are blockages within our energy field. And as we continue to communicate with ourselves and others from a place of honesty, we're able to heal from it. We're able to move beyond it. Yes, there is a human side, if you will, to my expression. And yes, when we speak here, we speak from a very polished sense of presence a lot of times. However, it's not necessarily to be superficial or attempt to put on some facade to assume or to get you or sell you on the idea that I'm extraterrestrial. This is that, once again, we're not selling anything. However, the process of healing comes with very real results in a person's experience. I recognize that gentle communications are reflective of the maturity that knows and is done with suffering. Look here. I'm tired of hurting. It's gone on so long that it's laughable sometimes. I mean, I'm not necessarily running from pain. I face death every day. And I do it with a smile because I understand it's not real. However, with that sense of presence, with that sense of focus, we respect peace that much more. And we realize the insanity of continually projecting distortions, because once again, these distortions, they create more suffering. So yes, I take the way that I communicate very seriously because I recognize the energy that's being projected from my mouth has really very real effects on the experience that I'm continuing to unfold. I intend to experience a very graceful and smooth process because it's already hard enough. I've worked very hard to come to this place of being. And yes, there's still things that need to be healed. However, I'm responsible enough to recognize that the things that I can change about my presence, that I have healed, I respect them and I honor them as they are and move forward beyond all of that. We continue forth. So, with all of that being said, we be still. We be still. We appreciate life. We embrace gratitude, and we recognize the beauty, the blessing, the glory and magic in being able to be still. There's a saying that goes, the king has the greatest breath control. It's not common amongst most. However, amongst those who are in the field of acting, in the field of performance, of performing arts, those who address souls of a vast nature on a daily basis or very frequently, they're common with this term. Once again, the king has the greatest breath control. And what this means is the most powerful in confidence in any room is the one who has the most relaxed breathing patterns. They respect the breath. The heart is regulated. The blood pressure is calm. There's a sense of presence and focus in these beings, because once again, in peace is the clarity of infinite intelligence. There's the confidence of knowing. There's the presence of God in the sense of calm. So once again, breath control, calm, relaxed, the enjoyment of the air moving through your nose down into your lungs. The diaphragm, right here, right under where your bra strap would be. Pause, but I know where a bra strap is. No pause. Where a bra strap is. Right here, I take them off enough. Right here, where the bra strap is. That's where your diaphragm is, right? This is the center of all expression. This is the regulator of your confidence right here. I'm gonna get y'all, let's do an exercise real quick. Some of you medical people know where your sternum is where like the little piece that connects your rib cage in the center of your chest. Put your thumb right under that, right here, right? Take a deep breath. And on your exhale, you're pushing your thumb under your sternum, right? That's where your diaphragm is. You breathe in, and when you breathe out, I want you to push your thumb out. Push your thumb out as much as you can. The diaphragm is where the lungs expand. It's a up and down motion. If you do this when you speak to a large group of people, you are calming your blood pressure through your lungs, and you recognize that there's a release of this air, this pressure, where when you speak, you're not speaking up here. You're not speaking up here. Like people like, oh, yes, they try to speak like here, and they got their voice real pitched, and they have a very small capacity of air that they're working with because they're speaking mainly from here. When you adjust your diaphragm and you recognize the capacity that you're able to hold in and speak from, you start to speak from your stomach, from your solar plexus. And this is where the air actually projects, and you allow this energy to be expressed. It's not necessarily to be overbearing, but you're able to speak from a place of love and the full love that you have within your being. Right here is where the confidence of your ability to express comes in. Clear, open-hearted, loving, kind, and honest, direct communication. The ability to do this is from an open heart. As we open our hearts and we're honest with ourselves, we continuously address our intentions to heal, our intentions to remain and be more centered, to be more grounded, to be more confident in recognizing that we're experiencing ourselves. We're awakened, and we're here as leaders of the new earth. As we continue to do this, we're opening up our energy field and releasing a lot of the toxins that have existed amongst this reality that we've experienced, which has catered to, for the most part, the traits of following the conformity that is so common. We allow ourselves to energetically communicate with all aspects of life. Once again, as leaders of the new earth, you're destined to communicate with the plants, with the animals, with the rocks, all elements of life here on the planet, and being the guardians of all life here on earth. This is your work. This is your right. This is your birthright. You're destined. This is what you're here for. The human body vehicle is the key to the living library of planet Earth. And it's necessary for us to allow this healing to take place so we can continually allow the effects of this healing, the efficiency of being able to communicate with aspects of self honestly, openly, lovingly, in a more graceful way. The repression of communication is poisonous, energetic blockages. In psychology, I'll use this one note. However, once again, regret in the analysis of linear experiences is once again a no-go and has no foundation in truth. However, I will state this because this is very, I feel this is important. One of the greatest regrets that's expressed amongst older humans, those on their deathbed, if you will, or preparing to transition into another world. One of the greatest regrets that souls have after experiencing lengthy human experience is this: that they failed to communicate how they felt with others. This is one of the greatest regrets that most humans who've experienced a very, very long life, if they could take anything back from their linear experiences, that they did not communicate that what they wanted to communicate with their loved ones. Not saying what you wanted to say, expressing how you felt. This is where communication is most important. We want to be able to say and express how we feel through an open heart, through a clear throat chakra, and allowing ourselves to express that which is. You want to say pause, bro? What you doing? This team stupid.
You compose yourself.
Oh, I had some self-conscious, you know what I'm saying? But that's me expressing myself. I'm not, you know what I mean? Once again, it's not even a have to. It's a choice. Once again, leadership is a choice. Evolving and healing is a choice that we all must make. We're either not going to do it or we're going to do it. However, you have a free will decision. This is not our place to tell you what to do or what you should do. It is your choice. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is a gift. Leadership is a gift. I know you have this attribute because you're here. Not only here on planet Earth, but here in this now moment. You have the foresight, the insight, the heart, the wisdom, and intelligence to trust the beyond the superficial judgments of the mind that may say, oh, why should I listen to this Facebook live video dude? And I like what he's writing, but it ain't, I mean, you know, I'm 60 years old, 70 years, I'm too old to be listening to these young boys and this, that, and the third. Once again, you're wiser than that. You're wiser than that. On an energetic level, the heart knows what's taking place. The heart knows who you're speaking with. Beyond the superficial nature of the vehicles that we exist in and the nature of our existence. You are wiser than that. This goes to show how much of a leader you are. Because once again, the majority of humanity will call you crazy. But the majority of humanity are not leaders. Even leaders that lead billions of people on a daily basis, they don't have the strength to embrace that which is within their own heart space. So I dare to say you're the leader of leaders, the leadership of all leadership here on this planet. And being that you have this capacity, this open-heartedness to embrace that which the heart knows that the mind will continue to call crazy. You have the capacity in which to trust yourself. I'll end with this. And then we'll get into our discussion. The secret to communication. Divine communication. Is ironically knowing when to be quiet. And what this means is your ability to be still, to heal, allows you to serve at a greater capacity. And as you serve and communicate from a space of balance and confidence, your communications are healing to all aspects of self, all reflections. The greatest service, once again, is your healing. And as you heal, you serve all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending. We will continue our conversation on communication here at the Ra. Of course, as you can see, I'm joined by the God Ra and overseas, Bucket Hat Low. And I am the Commander Ashtar, who we are the Angelic Realms of the Galactic Council of the Galactic Federation of Light. And we're having the ice cream social today. So I'm going to go and get my ice cream and come back and enjoy it with you while C's pulls up our next song selection. We'll have a conversation on communication here at the Raw. And of course, if you will, throughout the comment section, please litter it with comments, stories, and anything that you would like to share with our collective so we can share it with the collective as a whole and abroad throughout the planet as this Let's Build community continues to build the new earth here in this now moment. OCs. Let's do it, baby.
That was quite extensive, but much needed communication. We are still here at the Raw Lounge, just chilling. As you see, Imam Ra already finished his ice cream for his first serving. How was the cookies from Russia?
Strawberry cheesecake mixed with the cookies.
Oh, okay.
And I had whipped cream with it.
So, with all this going on, all this experience that we take every day going on in our lives, it's still a very important aspect to just be, grounded, be still, be you. And we thank each and every one of y'all leaders attending our discussion this evening. And so I'll get right into it. This track is entitled B, produced by The Chemist. It's a classic track, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll share the link in the comment section in a few moments.
Coming back to bed, sharing stories, sharing homies they discover, uncover secret lovers, and the summer of illusion. Get lost in funny money, seeming crummy to the cake amongst the hungry eyes. It's all a feast, just to say the least. When you all stressed out, it helps to rest in peace. B, speaking of it's not. Do it on your own when you have a seat. In the grand super fast, with your bare feet. Still OGs, no responsibility. ACs can't do it with the palm trees just to see you feel the breeze. It's on a dream, breaking through the inner strength. You and I, versatile style, giving the shade. Put together well, in the mix, unified. Third eye storm, bring it on, no blows to the ground unscathed. Hang down, rock, soccer, before the car, lose your mind. It's all fine and chill. We're just trying to make a line and apply and it's going back to the line. Finish the real weekend. March around the colors. Bust it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a whole lot to it. Yeah.
Communication.
What? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's build here live at the Raw, Universal Brothers and Sisters, of course, overseas. And God, I'm Ra here live on today's discussion. We're talking about communication, of course, and it's time for our live discussion here amongst ourselves. Thank you guys for viewing and hanging out with us. In a while, we'll probably go ahead and get to your inquiry stories in our comment section, and yeah, keep it moving. So let's chop it up, fellas. What's good?
Going on.
How y'all feel about this time?
There's a lot of communication going on.
Mm-hmm.
Whole lot. Whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with technology.
Yeah.
People, I think technology is like the new, as you call alcohol, the liquid courage.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that you can speak your mind behind the facade and not really have to face the consequences. Of getting smacked the fuck. No.
It's a security of distance.
It's security, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody brave, but except for when it's really, really time to speak up for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody said, someone said the other day, everybody grown until it's time to say how they feel or apologize.
Yeah.
I thought that made me laugh because it's so real. Like nobody was like, everybody want to talk until it's actually time to share their feelings, like, but to be honest with it, or to appear, or at least open themselves up to being vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like nobody want to do that. It's the hardest thing in the world.
Oh, that seems like a strength to me.
What's that?
If you're able to open yourself up and be vulnerable.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying.
Because yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why hide behind this wall? Like,
your reputation,
like you said earlier, you have to play tough and all this stuff.
Kind of what people think and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get into it like that. I mean, what was the time, like, just name a time in your life that you felt it was absolutely important for you to communicate and you did or you didn't?
When I did, all right, so there was a point, my parents, they got divorced. So maybe like, I would say it's like a couple years after this, and my mother was so stressed at work because all she do was work. She had like 3 jobs, and she didn't have an outlet of releasing her stress, so she didn't communicate how she felt. She's always the type of person to ball it up inside, which was understandable. I didn't get it at the time, but I get it now. But she basically, one day I came home from school, she called me at home, and I spoke to her, told her that my dad called, and those two, my mother and my father, were afraid to communicate their true feelings towards each other, so they would try to communicate their true feelings through me.
Happened there. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I'll just put that out there real quick.
Yeah. So in that sense, it would always be like, hey, tell your father I said this. Tell your mother I said this, right? So I was dealing with this for like a good year already.
Yeah.
A good year I was dealing with
you, Dad.
No mama.
So I was getting that, and then it started getting to me, and so when my mother called me, she was like, yeah, what do you say, bro? I was like, you know what? It don't matter what he say. You need to talk to him, because I'm tired of relaying messages.
Ooh, you got smacked?
No, I was on the phone. It was from distance. This was before social media. So I already had it. So, but then my mother was like, she cursed me out basically over the phone, and was real mad, and then hung up the phone, and I was like, whatever. I started doing my homework. She called back. It's like, son, I'm bugging. You know what it is? I was like, no, I don't know what it is. And like, I don't get it. I don't get why you and Dad can't communicate to each other. Y'all 2 adults. You know what I mean? I'm your child. Like, if it's about me, so. And then she said, I just need a vacation. I was like, oh, okay, that's it. Well, then you should go on a vacation. She said, now we'll go. Mother's Day's coming up, and we're gonna go take a cruise to the Bahamas. So that's how the cruise to the Bahamas came up with my mom. But it came something from me actually speaking at that moment and letting her know that like I was not feeling all of that emotion coming through me to speak to her father.
Let's give it back. there was an argument, there wouldn't be no Bahamas.
Yeah, see? So hey, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Hope y'all both doing great. And thank you for the experience and continue to experience. So, so that was good.
What about you,
I spoke of.
You know how I speak.
Well,
A lot of people don't like what I say. I'm very too much straightforward and direct, and I guess I have pretty good conclusions to my. What you said earlier? Like, you could have just came.
Yeah. That was brilliant, bro.
Well, I remember one time. I ain't even gonna get deeply into it, but me and Mom just had a conversation to see my brother, and religion came up. Woo! I ain't give it to her nicely, but I gave it to her nicely because it was painful to see the things that she was going through, and she didn't want to see the pain that she was going through. She didn't want to communicate with herself. So I felt like it was time to be like I gave her to Julian. Hey, you go to Julian. I gave her to Julian. Communicate with yourself. Hear what you're saying to me right now, and ask yourself how much sense does it make. And yeah, that conversation. It was a good 2 hours of throwing out a bunch of analogies to try to explain these things. I mean, communication, man. Even at the one less bill that nobody wants to put on YouTube. That was a communication.
Yeah, that was a communication.
That message didn't reach.
Yeah,
Nothing connected. I'm gonna assume it's the receiver because I mean, the message was very clear.
Yeah, they just wasn't very receiver.
The message was very clear.
But you could just read the slides. What you got me for? You want to look at the slides? Because they go to cited references. What's good?
You got the facts, the numbers, the studies.
Next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, but communication. It's a two-way thing. But I think a lot of people don't know how to understand communication as far as shooting out a message and receiving it.
Yeah.
Even I have to work on my tact sometimes as far as not being super direct at people or being super direct at people. And I'm not going to say it's hard to do, but I think there's a time and a place to kind of placate communication. But at the same time, being a projector and a receiver, you need to be as open and as honest as possible with the message you're pushing out and the message that you're receiving back.
Absolutely.
Because we can spit out all this knowledge, doesn't mean someone is going to want to understand it. Now, it's not that they can't.
No, some people
choose not to want to. Hey, I hear you saying that this pillow is blue, but I don't think it's blue. Okay, what part of the communication did you not understand?
This ain't receiving. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. All right, that's nice. Well, I don't know what blue is.
That ain't blue.
Yeah, most
that's your rap. You're like, no, it's blue. Scares me.
That's crazy.
What's wrong with you, Joey?
Yeah, I'm already mad at me, man, for sharing all my business. But I don't care what people care, man. I don't care what people. Look here. Actually, my joint is parallel to yours. My mom and dad was going through a divorce, and that was probably the first time. I'm just like that was the first time I couldn't stop myself from saying something. Like actually, we was in the courtroom.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, we was in the courtroom. And I don't know. I don't really know what was going on. I just heard a bunch of statements, and they were talking about legal documents and money and all of the kind of stuff. And they were basically, talking about custody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother. And yeah, bro, I was a little kid. You know what I mean? Like 7, 8, something like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even younger. I'm not sure. I want to say like 8, 9. I don't want to lie. But I know I was a little kid and I was like semi conscious of what was going on. And I just felt the need to say something. And I got up and said, hey, I raised my hand like we was in school in the courtroom. I stood up and I told the judge, hey, I don't really know what y'all about to do and this, and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, the synopsis of everything I said was basically, me and my little brother need to stay with my mom. My dad a man, he got, you know what I mean, his new girl, all the kind of stuff, and that's cool, yada, yada. But me and my little brother need to stay with my mom. Just point blank period. I don't know what all this is. I don't really care, but I just felt like I needed to say that. Mm-hmm. I said it nicer, you know what I mean, and real childlike with the tenor tone and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, that was what I said, and I was scared a little bit, but I won't. It was like you have butterflies in your stomach, but you stand up and say it anyway. Yeah. I just felt like saying it, and like after that, I was like something like I blacked out, and yeah, like that was the first time I like got up in public and said. I mean, we had school or you know what I mean, like the assemblies and stuff. You know what I mean? That ain't the same for me. That ain't the same. Like they personally, no doubt. Like you know what I mean, court building and professional environment or whatever. Like me saying some stuff in front of a bunch of grown folks. You know what I mean? Like and yeah, it was what it was. Like I said, I'm gonna kind of cherish that and get choked up a little bit to that day thinking about that story, but. Yeah, that was my first time like doing it. But you know what I'm saying, sometimes you just call to say something. You know what I mean? And that same feeling, those butterflies in your stomach or whatever, like as you open up more to express yourself, you'll have those more. Like where it's like, no, you're supposed to say something now. Get up, like it's your movie. You ain't a side character or playing a side satellite role. This is your movie. And right now, you're called to say something. You need to get up and say something. You ain't supposed to sit there and watch and not say nothing and so on and so forth. No, bro, get up and say what you're supposed to say. This is your part in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. That's how I felt. And the thing is I'm starting to recognize that more and more as I get older. Like like I'm being called to say things that a lot of people don't necessarily have the courage to say. And for the most part,
where do you think that came from? Because I remember when I was a kid, I think I used to be shy. Mm-hmm. From what I remember, I used to be shy. Like speaking to people, or I used to talk low or real soft or whatever. And I believe so. I used to be shy. Or maybe people just made it seem like I was shy. But I think once I started playing sports and I had to put myself
can't be shy wrestling, dog. That's some tight. You gotta walk out in front of everybody. Yeah. Ball like next up, Ray Sean. Next on the mat. That's how it sounded too.
I didn't pull out the video. Oh, yeah, that was a communication moment. I had to communicate. I guess sports taught me how to communicate because it gave me a way to zone out and do what I had to do.
Yeah.
As someone said, communication can be in many different ways. I guess for me back then, for me to let myself go, it was through sports because you had to get out there and communicate through your actions.
Yeah.
You're playing your basketball. That was your move, like how you talk.
Because everybody looking at you. Jump shot. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like everybody looking. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Like, oh, let's see if you choke up.
No, bro. Yeah. So then, I guess later on, being thrown in leadership positions and in front of class, like, hey, you teaching this class on blah blah blah, whatever, and you find a fun way to communicate, a really fun way that you know that you can express things to people. I remember I went to what was it? PLDC.
Yep.
Oh,
back in the days.
Yeah.
That was when I think what was that movie with Mike Epps? Where he was he had baby powder and it was
that's
It wasn't high. That was baby powder. Method Man in it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but
big
Mike
powder.
Epps was the one that was the people.
That was the
big
people with the
powder.
big powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
We went to see that like one night, and I had to give a presentation on like a weapon or something. So I mixed in some of those scenes. Presentation. Hey, they loved it. Like, I was out there just dying laughing. Like, M60 presentation like a pimp, basically.
Oh,
that's hard.
It was crazy.
That's very crazy.
It was like, yeah, you passed this lane. Like,
it's hard.
we didn't just get up here and just explain how it works.
No, yeah, you put the little pimp in it.
That's crazy.
That's tight.
The communication got to be fun, though, man.
Exactly.
A lot of people, they shy to speak in front of people or whatever. I know you get the bubbles in your stomach, but you just speaking. Like, what, you gonna get shot for speaking?
Most definitely. It's just people that are scared of being wrong or being embarrassed or like, you know what I mean? But the thing is, when you like stop, like you face it and you just open yourself up to like being wrong or stupid or embarrassed or whatever you want to label. People calling you crazy and all that kind of stuff. You're just like, bro, I don't care about none of that. I'm gonna just say what I need to say. Or like we're going to jump, I'm gonna get on stage.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. We just got to go. It's time to go. It's time for us to be on stage. It's time for us to shine. I don't know what all this is. I don't really care about the people talking about and what they think and all other kind of stuff. I'm just say what I want to say. That is what it is. You can either go over there. If you don't like it, go over there. You dig?
For me, that's when people are more interested to listen to you.
Exactly.
Other people want to say, they probably want to say the same thing you want to say too, but they just can't say it.
Hey, mom.
They feel like they can't say it. Like, I remember I had another class in the unit, and it was like, I brought out a real sensitive subject, and everybody was sitting there like,
oh, cool, this was
this ain't part of the agenda. This ain't on my schedule. Like, why are you talking about this stuff? I'm like, I'm talking about this stuff because we need to hear this stuff. Like, and everybody was like, ooh, he brought the elephant out in the room.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just ignore it.
Y'all just go ignore it.
Yeah, ignore it because it's right.
Y'all just go ignore it.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
And then so many people
And
get
then
that
after
like,
the class, everybody left the class. Other people came up. Hey, it was good that you spoke about this. You know.
Yeah, because those are the ones that.
Why you didn't say anything?
That's not me to say
Why
it.
you didn't say nothing while I was giving a presentation? You know it felt it, but you didn't want to associate with it.
Most definitely, because
So
they
fear what
scared
people
people
think.
thought. You know what I mean? And it's like the elephant in the room. It'd be like, bro, why didn't you just say something? You ain't gonna say nothing. Like, or so you can just sit there and act like that ain't there.
Exactly.
And everybody's supposed to be quiet, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just conformity. And it's like, no, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, once you stop dealing with it or stop, like, I'm gonna just, like, I don't want to say accepting it, but just tolerating it. It's like, look, man, y'all not gonna be fake around me the whole time. I'm sorry. I can't do that. We're supposed to be grown. We got things to do. The world's changing. Like, we talking about everything, like, we enslaved right now, and we know, and y'all just want to keep being fake. Everybody just want to keep acting like this ain't happening. It's all good.
Contentment, false sense of securities, all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All
saying.
that.
Like,
Just
no,
like
bro.
my post yesterday.
Yeah.
What old girl said, it was like, okay, you wish you could be peaceful like me and have a peaceful day. Like, do it. Don't do it. Like, what's stopping you? You're 9 to 5.
Yeah. I mean, that's from within, though.
Yeah,
Peace is
You
from within.
can't even speak.
Yeah.
To communicate with yourself, like the honesty on what you need to do. Of course, you can't push it out. You can't even tell yourself the truth. A lot of people can't tell themselves the truth.
No, it's the
They can't even talk to
That's
themselves. That's
what
like
I said last night when I had a conversation with somebody. I said that the truth is the hardest thing.
truth.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's
So-
like,
But it shouldn't be.
it's exactly. It's once again, it's the mirror. Like to lie to yourself or like not lie to yourself. Like that's just, it's hard. B. Like most people just used to being able to get away with it. You're like, oh yeah, no, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's just like, no, you screwing up. You know that. Like sitting where you say a lie to yourself.
Even if something as simple as working a 9 to 5. Sorry, people that work 9 to 5. Nothing against you, but you go sit there and tell me that you love that shit.
But
Abba.
yeah, I'll
Do you really love it? Communicate with yourself properly and ask yourself, do I really love what I'm doing? You cool with it? Cool. But don't complain when things don't go right. Don't complain when you're not happy. Don't complain when someone else is telling you what to do and you don't like it and blah, blah, blah. And just don't complain about it, man. I'm just saying. Communicate with yourself like, look, I need to stop doing this. I need to stop doing this. Back in 2008, I quit my job. I said, I need to stop doing this. I was honest with myself. My body was broken. My mind, my spirit was like, hey, dude, when you going to stop lying to yourself to tell yourself you're going to keep doing this? When you going to stop lying to yourself? Stop. You don't like it. Stop. Stop. Go. Stop. What you going to do? I don't know. But it can't be this.
Yeah, it can't be this. Yeah, most people ain't got that kind of courage, bro. It take a lot of courage because like everybody expects this
right in the beginning. Just tell yourself to do it.
Yeah, no doubt. That is the step. That is the step.
I need to stop.
Bro.
I need to be doing something better. I need to whatever. There ain't nobody else telling you. It's just you. At some point, you gotta listen to yourself.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk. It is what it is. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we communicate here at the Raw live and direct. Of course, today's Les Bill is on communication, and we will continue to do so. That was our conversation here at the Raw between me, I'm Raw, and Overseas. We're going to take a small break right now to get into some music a little bit. And after that, we'll come back and start addressing some of your comments, inquiries, and otherwise here in our comment section. And maybe share some stories or whatever. And I want your pants. Hey, see, you can have them, baby. Sorry.
Communication's real over here. It's real.
People that don't do this. You're wrong. Stupid. Anyway, what's good, C? Play some music, bro. You did? Yeah, because I went there and I just went inside just to see who was up in there. And some girl was coming out and she left her phone on the counter. I don't know how I seen it. I guess my black folk eye magnet. I just seen an iPhone on the counter. And I was like, hey, she was going, your phone. And she said, oh, thank you. And dude was like, yeah, free donut. You gave her a phone. Like, I didn't have her phone. Okay. Yo, thank you. Actually, I didn't eat that donut.
Ah, man.
It's in the bags, too.
It's stale. He ain't eating no more.
You want donut?
Man, I'm going to eat it. If it's a chocolate? What is it?
I think it's caramel.
Heck yeah, I want the caramel. I just had a caramel ice cream. That would have been banging. I'm going to eat the donut. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to present to y'all this song. We're going to get right into it. Pause in advance. It is titled Cocked to the Side, Part 2. Featuring Born 13. This is one of my favorites, though. Actually, it was one of the first songs I listened to before I came in the room. Huh?
Left or right?
I'm gonna cock it like this way on the left side, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're like the homophobic dudes ever, man.
But anyway, we're gonna get right into it. I'll share the link in the comments, and then we'll get right to your questions and stories and comments or whatever may y'all have to express and share with us. But thank you for staying tuned. Always a pleasure to build with each and every one of you.
Good so. We come again with more good news.
These are the years of the Millennium Traveler, moved through the Ethernet, born to do this again and again. Cocked to the side, fingers scroll from ebooks for truth. We are the proof. The moon pulls the tide. I'm in the now for the ride. Time is on our side. Leave behind a digital footprint, along with clothes with a fresh scent. Tailor-made phones for you and yours. No matter if you're old or new, this is a test of men.
Look, calculated elevation, marijuana in the pajamas like violence. You got it. Keep winging, she's winning. Transdimensional operation, never racket. Control motion with the capital. New stellar chess pieces. Liquid war across the board. Ask our Lord. 7 heaven born day 11. Energies of cancer. Top shine, cause I can solve. Peace beyond answer. Nobody pimping, Android Mac. Still a cap to the side. Can't touch this beyond judgment. You hold it down. Bucket full of crabs, you do the math. GQ knew the legs like the Jew said he skipped school. Spin the records in the bucket hat. Who's bad? Love unconditional, the whole staff, 9 hands.
on other planets. You can see the Death Star explosion from the soul will be celebrated. And the soul is really elevated. Kid rat, kid alligator. Who would learn and understand? Yo, how it is. Yeah, look, it don't have to decide on the deal. Coexistence of the people.
Inhale, exhale, breath of fresh air. Oxygen fuels the imagination. Every 30 days, administration. War between Venus and Mars is just an illusion. See colors like water with fusion. Skeleton keys locked and unlocked doors. Respect wildlife on all fours. Speak in tongues and metaphors. Left my wallet in Starbucks. So much flow you get starstruck. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Never get pricked with a needle by a nurse.
Everywhere on your planet, events are manifesting that are to bring you freedom, prosperity, and new governance. We know from what is happening on your world and how it so gloriously fits into the divine plans of its solar system. Mercury is literally exploding with one active volcano creating another. Venus, Gaia, and Mars are now in the midst of a spectacular number of climate changes, which are to lead to these orbs returning to their pristine realities. Our part in this is to mentor your grand transformation into fully conscious beings of light. These tasks are underway as heaven is preparing you for the reception of this new consciousness. You are meant to alter yourselves into a galactic consciousness, which is to spread swiftly across the solar system and forge a new and magnificent star nation. What is now happening is the final step between what was to occur in our arrival. Surface humanity has been cut off from its extraterrestrial origins for far too long.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so very much for joining us here at Let's Build. Episode today is about communication. Of course, join here with Overseas, and I'm on Raw Live at the Raw. Doing what we do, communicating and connecting with you all who are on the Let's Build community as leaders of the new earth. We continue forth and stride. We're about an hour 47. We'll probably run this about 20 minutes, attempting to get to all the questions that we have, and we'll keep it moving. So, gentlemen, y'all got some stuff on the dials.
We got something from Carrie. Carrie had a good communication with someone. She recently gave some money to a homeless lady. Then the woman said, "These coins are old ones." Yeah, she kind of complained. So we said you can change this. You can change to the recent new coins introduced. I guess that's how they talk in Britain. Should I do my accent?
Yeah, do it.
So we said
No.
to the recent coins introduced. So going to the bank might change this woman's life. Basically,
Jeez.
she communicated it to him. Kudos, Carrie.
That's what's up, Carrie. Love.
Start giving out them old coins.
She want that new money. That new money, but I have money. What she give me the old money for?
Put some brass on it first. Let's see something else. Mike. Peace, Mike Breen. You know Mike Breen? Who? Mike Breen. Basically, thank you all for sharing. It's amazing how this group has come into my life out of nowhere. I resonate deeply with these talks and love the music I have heard so far. I look forward to connecting deep with you divine souls. Peace, Mike.
Yeah, absolute love, Mike. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Yeah,
big time.
Tuning back in.
We need some communication talks right now. Communications. If you don't communicate in communication talks, I ain't gonna communicate with you. We ask about all the kind of stuff. Andrea, not on the side. She talking about her boyfriend are reacquainting one another on an intellect level, talking about things we never had.
Knowledge talks.
That's communicating right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Pam, you in Dubai already? You watching us over in Dubai still? Or did you leave already?
Yo, what's up?
I don't know who asked this. It was from earlier when you were speaking about the diaphragm and the importance of how speakers or singers, artists, breathing, controlling their breathing and all of that. They were asking, what is the more important aspect of that technique? Is it the inhaling or the exhaling?
Yeah, come on. We're talking about both aspects. Yeah, we're talking about two aspects of a divine process. Both are equally important. It's the inhale and the exhale. Both. Absolutely. Once again, there's lots of information on the subject matter. If y'all want to go deeper, we're here basically to address on the surface level of such a reality where there's tons and tons of masters on the line providing detailed guidance and specialize in breathing techniques. So once again, you lead the way, you do the work, you know what time it is.
So Pam said she had a problem communicating. It's a process to open up. Now I tell my loved ones how I feel. I'm glad you're able to do that now. Yeah, once again, Pam, you have a beautiful voice. Pam her voice just sounds so heavenly, bro. It's like light and yeah. I'm like, geez, what's going on? I'm like looking around the sky. Like, who's talking to me? Absolutely.
I'm jealous.
You heard. Andrea, sometimes you need to clarify information being told to you. From the outside or from the in?
There you go. That's the question right there. From the outside or the in?
What clarity do you need?
Ooh,
team. Ooh. A lot of things, like I spoke to earlier, a lot of things that we fail to not want to listen to. Even though the answer is right in our face, we still don't want to listen. Hi. Andrea, you and your ex-boyfriend. Oh, did you talk about ex-boyfriend this time?
Yep.
It was ex-boyfriend last time too. My bad.
Oh, my bad. He trying to put another boyfriend on you, eh?
Yeah.
What's good?
My bad, Andrea. But yeah, yelling and fighting, arguing, talking things out is a whole lot better if the communication is there and if someone wants to understand the subject matter being expressed. When you got someone who's fighting against it, of course it's not going to be conducive.
Yeah, that's not understanding.
That's not understanding.
Bad news, man. Bad news bears.
Oh man, VV. Write me a little paragraph, VV. Hold on, I'm gonna come back. This is juicy too.
Oh. Juicy love.
Andrea, you and my ex-boyfriend starting off conversation.
Share it,
boy. Share it. You need to send us a video. I'm gonna call you. On that. You got so much to say. Let's see. This chit chat.
Cold call.
Oh,
why you doing that? Mel, she expressed that she talks with her cat, Laura Angel. Beautiful black cat she has, and she was also speaking with her aloe vera plant. And,
okay.
She also, when she goes outside, she speaks to the rocks, the trees. She just connects with everything else.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful practice, Mel. Once again, you are moving into deeper levels of expression. And this is beautiful. Continuing to consciously address aspects of self on dimensional levels. This is assisting in merging the dimensions. So continue to do so.
Ex-boyfriend conversation things. Yeah.
When you date them and you knew him like me, I've known him for the last 13 years. We've been dating on and off. I was married. I got divorced and I started dating him. And the communication wasn't there. It was mostly, we had off sex, but outside of sex, there wasn't communication. You didn't really know me, so we kind of on and off through the years. And we're talking again now. We haven't in the last couple of months. And it's like, you know, I don't really want to fight, I don't want to argue, I don't want to name call. I just want to sit down and talk about our differences, you know. And so that's where I'm at. That's why I keep saying my ex-boyfriend, because he's not my boyfriend right now. He's just an ex-boyfriend that I'm talking
Okay. Well, it seemed like you went through a lot of learning how to communicate. But did you get the outcome that you wanted since he is your ex now? What happened with the communication?
We're still talking, and we're just contemplating maybe having another relationship. And it's like, okay, so we have some really deep conversations now. It's like, well, let's just talk about these things. That's what I tell him, so that he can understand, because he's in organized religion, and I'm in, well, you guys know what I'm in. And,
Organized
so
life.
he likes to make judgments and stuff about, like today, he took me out to breakfast this morning, and he was actually watching to see if I said grace. And it's like, yeah, I think the meat that was on my plate was life that gave for me. I said, well, yes, I did say grace. And he was shocked. And, you know, he says, Andrea, one of the things he did tell me, he goes, Andrea, for the situation that you're in, he goes, why are you so calm? I said, because it does no good to stress out being in the position, and Laville knows the position I'm in, Commander does there. And I said, Gerald, oops, I did. I said,
That's all good.
Oh, not good, bro. Damn it, Gerald. Pay attention to
I
her.
said, you know, I do cry. I said, I do cry from time to time. And I said, but crying for me is healing. So you see, we're having a conversation. He's finally understanding. I'm telling him why I do this, why. And, you know, it's communication.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it is.
Absolutely. It's the foundation of any connection is our ability to communicate and exist beyond judgment.
That's true. And that's what I want. You know, I already know at my age, 54 earth years, the kind of relationship that I want to have. I haven't gotten married the last 2 years because that guy has not stepped forward yet. And I know I want it to be spiritually based. I want us to have sacred sex. I want, you know, these are the things that I desire. And, you know, I just know when that comes along. But, you know, he could probably be that person, you know. But we need to communicate a lot more. That communication has got to be there, because even though sex is awesome, communication means everything from the heart.
Absolutely. So once again, as long as you're embracing that as the foundation, the openness, the existence beyond the judgments, the unconditional love, and the intent and effort in investing in the ability to communicate is allowing for the connection. Of course, with the on and offs, obviously, you guys have a connection that's on a deeper level. However, there is a little bit of work to do on both of your behalves. And as you continue to do that work and embrace the intent of cultivating a deeper sense of communication between the two, there is a possibility. So continue to go with that and flow.
He's going to do something wonderful for me, because when I came over here, I said, oh, yeah, this is a single man's apartment, all right? I said, this morning I told him, so you've got lots of dishes in there. After breakfast, I said, well, when you go to your work today, I'll just clean your kitchen and your bathroom up.
That's unacceptable, Jared.
I'll do for you in exchange that you're going to do that, because I'll pay your phone bill next month. So.
All right, see, service.
That's it.
Service. It's open and
communicating.
flow.
That's unacceptable.
Open
Jared.
flow. It's all that's necessary.
Get some downy. Not downy. Was it dawn?
Cool. So,
I'm not gonna, I don't want to worry. I don't want to. I'll talk. You know, all these good things.
Absolutely.
Just who I am. You know, it's so funny when you look and you reflect back to what you once were and what you once were all about. And then, you know, about 13 years ago was about when my spiritual walk. I was just in the entryway of my spiritual walk. Now I'm kind of much more deep, because I know as many things as I know now. There's just different things I want out of life. You know, or to give to life, should I say. And it's huge, you know.
Absolutely. So once again, we continue forth on a healing path as long as we're continuing to be open and allow that what is and follow our heart soul as well.
Yep. Signals down somewhat. One bar. That was cool what Catherine said.
Mm-hmm.
I salute people with my hand in my car when I let them cross. Now people salute me the same way without I have nothing.
Absolutely. Love. Beautiful.
Communication. It's a dope way to communicate.
Absolutely. What else we got, bro?
Yeah, it's not too much crack in that. Send us a shout out about how you communicate, you know? Tell us a little something. Don't make me cold call you at work, J.
Bro, y'all can't get to them?
Yeah, it wasn't no questions.
I saw some at the top. There was like 3 of them I looked at.
Way up?
Mm-hmm. I can't get to them.
No.
I know one you answered if I talk.
What's up, Shamika?
And the other
Queen
one
in the
actually,
house.
but
Well, I know one was about our zodiac signs. I'm a Cancer, and this that's like somewhere here.
okay. And I'm a Capricorn.
Hi, I'm SWAT, and I'm Sagittarius.
Sound like a commercial.
What was that oldie song back in the day?
Man, that was strong.
Yeah.
Oh man, what Mel was saying right here? Nice to chat with you too, Andrea.
Walks in the park.
You know, there's a majority of her jobs were used in leadership that assisted her in communicating and embracing all. When she worked for a leadership company there in Dubai, her boss would encourage her to speak and give input. Even when she was not feeling confident at the time, she still did.
Absolutely. If you're scared, do it scared. Just as long as you do it. Doesn't matter the nature of your presence, as long as you do it and step up to it. Every moment's the opportunity to heal. And when we presented with these opportunities, the most mature thing to do is accept them and go forth. So congratulations to you, Mel, for continuing to listen to your heart space and shine the light of truth here on earth.
Coco. Where we going?
Oh, no.
I think we should go to Serbia.
Oh. Speaking, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Really good. Live thank you on
I can call all over the world. Get on anybody's nerves in a moment.
anybody there.
I guess they sleep in Serbia right now.
Okay, anyway, Liliana, thank you so very much. We received your package this morning. I've already placed a couple of the paintings on the wall of our Hall of Fame here at the Rock. The paintings are absolutely beautiful. We have your UBC rocks here and
rocks.
The flag. You did a great job with the rocks. We're going to probably end up spreading those out here in the vicinity. And also the flag that you sent was most beautiful. So once again, thank you so very much for sharing your creativity as always. We still have a couple of pieces on the way. I know Cassandra has something on the way. Yogi Love has the UBC logo on a canvas that she did on its way here, and a couple others going to Mr. Angel Gonzalez's mailbox and some here at the Rock. So you guys continue to express yourself. Amun has quite a few different packages going out this week, including a couple of you who've been requesting CDs and stickers for a very long time. Of course, Richard, we haven't forgot you. He's working on that. I gave him your address.
Yes, it's already ready.
Catherine, yours is on the way as well. It's already ready. He's just doing final prep to send out your packages. So be very patient and continue with the work. If y'all don't see a whole lot more, but we're gonna keep it moving. Maybe we take note next time that if we be doing this, we should monitor the comments for questions and stuff, because some of them get lost in translation and people are asked and we don't get to them, so it's kind of whack. So yeah, Here we go. That's right, Mel. It's time. It's a time to speak and a time to be silent. Of course, the silence allows you to cultivate the nature of that which you speak, and then, of course, you speaking allows you to share the gifts of the divine truth with the reality that you're experiencing. So continue to cultivate that. What's up with this dream? I saw a dream last night where I was revived through thoroughly every situation with the one that got away guy. This time I wasn't emotionally attached to any of it. I was there, but only lightly felt it through my vessel. It felt very much like, let's see, scenario. So I didn't feel like anything happened. So basically, it's like, it's not enough. I felt like sharing this experience all day just didn't get the right channel until now. Okay, so Vivi Chula, hopefully I got that correct. This is the right channel to share your experience. Again, once we are experiencing many realities and levels of existence where our openness to these experiences have an energetic imprint on nature of our presence. As we embrace them, we allow these energies to flow through us. There's no need to feel guilty or shameful or any other distortion as to the nature of your experiences in dream state or on the astral plane, if you will. These experiences are for divine purposes beyond logical comprehension, and it is your wisdom that allows you to accept them, embrace them, and move forward. The expression or the feeling or the recollection of your energetic state and not feeling a sense of detachment is reflective of just that. There is an experience of healing that takes place in doing so. That that guy that got away experience possibly was a feeling of regret and attachment that you've experienced within your linear experience here. And a dream state of that nature and having that feeling is but a initiation, if you will, to make sure that that energy has been released and you allow it to flow through you, so you may clear yourself of any ego attachments that may have existed in your past. So once again, thank you for sharing your experiences, and welcome to this new energetic field that you're experiencing through existing in such a state. So really appreciate you sharing with us that. So okay. So she says she got some warm cottage cheese on the table waiting for her. She preferred that over ice cream anyway. All right, cool. It's to each his own. Have you ever tried warm cottage cheese?
Warm cottage cheese? I've had cottage cheese before, but not warm.
That's what's up.
Cottage cheese.
It's the white lumpy stuff. See, had with an accent.
That's an accurate description.
Yeah. We did eat the loaded cheese, man.
Yeah, that's true.
That was pretty good.
Absolutely. What going on, Cassandra? Thank you for joining us. Can't wait till your next Let's Build.
Word.
Mucus.
What?
Loaded buffalo.
That's what it was.
Oh,
Jeez, team. All right, cool. Let's see.
Wow.
That was a good cheese, though. Hey, that was a good cheese. I can't front on that. Let's see. All right, cool. I'm pretty sure there is some more inquiries up top. You guys continue to tune in as you will. Let's see. Hey, send me one, please, with extra sauce in it. Oh, you know you got one coming, Zena. We gotta get you the address so you can send her one too. Of course, we're gonna put some extra sauce in it, no problem. I'll get C's to maybe bless us with some cottage cheese.
I'm gonna put some dirty coins in it too.
Some dirty coins.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we wild. Anyway, yeah, it's over 2 hours already, 2:10 to be exact. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a great honor to connect with you. The communication aspect of our presence here on planet Earth is absolutely important, and allowing this energy to flow through us. As spoke about yesterday with Ty Medina. If you didn't catch that interview, you can. It's on the wall already, Universal Brothers Circle. We did speak about the communication and the energies taking place on the planet right now, where the energies that are continuing to evolve and increase here on the planet, the photonic light coming from the central galactic sun, is causing an increase in frequency of the heart space. And as the heart space being the center of, or being the connection amongst our intuition and the energy field and emotional body, it's necessary for us to be honest with ourselves, where we're not developing any blockages and attempting to suppress that which we have in our hearts, within our being, that intends to be expressed, and attempting to maintain the superficial mind construct and be politically correct, if you will, about that which is it, that which we intend to do and express. Be honest with yourself, continue to heal, focus on the inside, and allow this energy to move through you so you have the confidence to express yourself and dissolve the blockages that may be in your energy field amongst this transition. Because as the energies continue to increase, you'll be called more and more to accurately and effectively and efficiently, open-heartedly and confidently express that which is intending to be expressed from your heart. No.
Same water?
No. So express yourself, be honest, open-hearted, continue to communicate, love. This is the nature of our presence. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you all for healing. I'd like to thank once again overseas our maestro for holding us down with the music for the day, and in God Amun Ra for coming through and providing knowledge. As always, Universal Brothers and Sisters, we love you all. And see, can we get out of here with outro song? All right, cool. So see, gonna pull up the outro real quick, and yeah, once again, we got packages going out. We got packages coming in. We continue to exchange. We all healing. I'm on Ra's the point of contact. You can contact me out, pass the info on to him, and he's gonna get these packages out to y'all. And we're gonna continue forward with this campaign. The campaign now is Cooleyville Experience Part 3, and we're gonna get this music out, and it's time for healing. Y'all see what's going on with the yeah, I mean, I saw a video today with the official impeachment orders for Trump and all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of stuff is
one video.
Yeah, one. It's just a couple. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. I mean, once again, this is not the focus. Leave that alone. It is what it is. It's going. We got work to do, and these things taking place are only reflective of what's necessary for us to do, because it's always showtime right now. However, we got to do the work inside, and these things will continue to take place in the peripheral, but we focus on developing that which we are here to share, which is our gifts. So what you got, CeeLo?
Since we're going to communicate, I got to communicate. This is one of my favorite tracks on the new album, Cooleyville Experience Part 3, which y'all can get on SoundCloud, Basement Politics of UBC. Also, y'all can find it on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and get it in. It's all free service. It's healing music for this winter time. This song is entitled Mutual with Aman Ra and Dr. Man. It's a little nasty, but all communication isn't just gonna be like that. You know what I mean?
It ain't nasty.
But
Communication is communication.
yeah, this is how they communicate. So let's get right to it.
Now. Is this a rock thing?
No, but easy.
Yeah. It's a rock thing. Definitely a rock thing.
Don't act like y'all need
I'm ready. Express.
Word up.
Double the pleasure, double the fun. Whispering, love me nods. Chewing on all the right spots like bubblegum. Tongue tied, hot chocolate marshmallow love. 2 Cinnabons. If it be springtime, I'm sprung. Smash. Cuffing season's begun. That's winter for beginners. Whatever you call
charade, bodies twisted. 2 extra tickets, temporary ballet, good tea and biscuits. If it's a scratch, I'll scratch it. If it's an itch, I'll itch it. From off the on, like confetti. Switch it, flip it, grip it. However you wanna say it, it's terrific. I-69, oh, 2 at a time, oh, so intertwined, oh, truly divine, oh. I said I love me and I love you back. Hate me, I still love you back. I'ma keep it moving cause I keep it rolling with me. I ain't stuck in the club cause I'm a real G. Always on feet, speaking of the sheets. I do my verbals, but my fingers walk the beach. Crashing off the waves from today to next week. We get hit, good vibrations still thinking about me. Happily as the sun, helping us reach one. I-69. So I bet you never been without this flow. Bet that I can help you flow. No more chasing wet dreams. I get things like crystalline. Get in your head ready, nice and fresh. I'm still swatting. Oh, magical. Oh, sensational. Oh, mutual. One rule I do unto me as I do unto you. Know it's true. And the best love is mutual. I-69, oh, 2 at a time, oh, so intertwined, oh, truly divine, oh, now you the best.
Thanks again for tuning in. See y'all next week. Love y'all.
Holla.
Same time, same place. Next week. Thank y'all for being here. We love you. I'm on Ra, overseas, Universal Brothers and Sisters. From who we are, the Angelic Realms of the Galactic Council, Black Federation of Light. We love you.
Like you the best.
You dig?